Well, good afternoon, everyone. Checking the watch to see if it was still morning or afternoon, but it's indeed afternoon, 10 after 12. And welcome to Harrison County High School basketball. I'm Jim Swinford coming to you from Monticello Heights Gymnasium, where this afternoon we will participate in the Joe Cochran at State Farm Insurance Invitational Basketball Tournament. There are going to be altogether 6 games today, the first of which has already been played. That was a JV game for our Fillies, our junior varsity Fillies, against the JV team from Woodford County. Unfortunately, Woodford County won that contest 25-22. Coming up in just a few minutes, in fact, we're 10 and a half away from the tip-off, will be the Harrison County varsity Fillies taking on the Woodford County varsity team as well. At 1:45, Doss and St. Henry will play each other. That'll be a boys' game. In fact, all the rest of the games are boys' games. After Doss and St. Henry get done, Bracken County and Ludlow play. That game will start around 3:30. At 5:15, Beth Haven will play Collins. And rounding out the day will be the Harrison County Thoroughbreds, fresh off of that victory last night down at Lincoln County, taking on the Mustangs of Louisville Moore. So a full day of basketball up here. In fact, it's a full day of all kinds of sports up here on the hilltop. Over at the middle school, the State Farm Joe Cochran Invitational Wrestling Tournament is going on, so hopefully our wrestlers will do very well in that invitational just down the road a piece. And in between the two buildings, the gymnasium here and middle school, at Southside today they're having a bazaar. So if you want to take in the full account of what's going on up here, watch the Fillies play a little bit in the basketball game coming up, then head over to the middle school. But on your way, stop at Southside and see if there are any wares that you might like to buy. Remember, it's Christmas season, so there might be something you want to get somebody. And then head on over to the middle school and support your Harrison County Thoroughbred wrestlers. So a full day of basketball coming up here on the hilltop in the Joe Cochran State Farm Invitational. As far as the girls from Woodford County are concerned, don't know a whole lot about them except that they are 0-2. They lost at home to Dunbar earlier this week, 55-22, and then last night took a trip to Spencer County and lost to Spencer 44-10. So the Lady Jackets obviously having a very rough go of it here in the early season. Right now, both teams are going through their warm-ups. We invite you to stay tuned as we'll come back and take a closer look at both Harrison County and Woodford County. You're listening to Philly Basketball and the Cynthia and Hardy's pregame show on WCYN Sports. Alrighty, back here at the hilltop. Let's take a look now at the two teams that will be playing each other in a girls' game, Harrison County and Woodford County. As we said, Woodford County just 0-2 on the season. They're coached by Latier Eason, who is in her second year as the leader of the Lady Yellow Jacket women's basketball team. They had a tough go of it last year as well in 2022-23 season, as they went just 2-25. So hoping that things will get a lot better this season. They do return all 5 starters from last year's team, so I'm sure that will help as far as, if nothing else, the experience factor is concerned. And they are still a very young team. Even though they didn't lose anybody starting-wise last year, they only have 1 senior starter this year, that being maybe their best player, Ella Webster, a 5'8" senior at the guard position. So we'll have to see the improvements that Woodford County makes as the season goes along. Meanwhile, the Fillies picked up an important victory in their most recent outing 2 nights ago, heading up to Dayton, Kentucky, where they defeated the Lady Devils 48-32. A game that was stuck on 9-8 with the Lady Devils in the lead for the longest time. But then Harrison County scored 6 unanswered points to get on a little bit of a roll and rolled on to what would eventually become a 16-point victory over the host Dayton squad. Now we'll play Dayton again. That'll be a week from Tuesday. That game will be played here on the Hilltop. So we'll see if we get any better since that game, as we have a couple of games in between times. But in any case, Dayton will be coming to town a week from Tuesday in Harrison County's next game, which will be, as we said, right here on the Hilltop. Actually, Dayton comes in a week from Tuesday. So just not thinking about right in my mind. But in any case, the Fillies doing much better in that game. Led in scoring by Bailey Hudgens, who had 16. Keely Custard had 10. And those two players combined had 3 3-pointers. But really it was our defense that I thought played exceptionally well, holding the Lady Devils to under 30% shooting in that ball game in what would end up being a 16-point win that evened up Harrison County's record on the year at 1-1. Well, the Fillies are still out on the floor, or actually have gone back to their locker room. The visitors, Woodford County, still out there doing some warm-ups, so we invite you to stay tuned as we'll take a break here on the Cynthia Hardy's pregame show and come back and give you the starting lineups of today's game between the Fillies and Woodford County. You're listening to Philly Basketball on WC Wayne Sports. All right, back here on the Hilltop, we're about 3.5 minutes away from the introduction of the starting lineup. So let's take a look at what they look like right now. First for Woodford County, as we said, 0-2 on the year, coached by Latier Eason. At a guard, a 5'6 junior, Jasmine Williams. Williams wears the number 0. Another guard is manned by Emma Ruby. She wears the number 14 and is a 5'8 sophomore. The third sophomore starter is Hallie Gordon. She wears the number 22 and is 5'4". And the fourth guard position, occupant for Woodford County, Ella Webster, wears the number 24. She's a 5'8 senior at the forward, a 5'7 junior, number 40, Shaylin Coffey. So once again for the Lady Yellow Jackets, Williams, Ruby, Gordon, Webster, and Coffey. Woodford County on the season averaging just 16 points a game on offense, giving up 49.5 points per game on the offensive side. Now for the Harrison County Fillies, 1-1 on the year. At a guard, a 5'4 sophomore, number 21, Keely Custard. Custard averaging 5 points per game in the early season. Another guard is our point guard, Bailey Hudgens. Bailey wears the number 23. She's a 5'6 junior, averaging a team-high 9 points per contest. That one of the forwards is Hayden Lunsford. She wears the number 12. She's a 5'5 junior, averaging 5 points per game. Another forward is Katie Linville. Linville wears number 34. She's a 5'8 junior and is averaging a couple of points per contest. And at the third forward, a 5'9 sophomore, number 42, Marley Toll. Toll had an excellent game in the win over the Lady Devils the other night. She's averaging 5.5 points a game. She's a 5'9 sophomore. So once again for the Fillies, it'll be Custard, Hudgens, Lunsford, Linville, and Toll. Harrison County offensively in the young season averaging 33 points per game. On defense, giving up 43.5 points per contest. So there are your starters for today's game. Taking a look at the schedules coming up for both the Fillies and the Thoroughbreds. The Fillies will be back in action on Tuesday as we'll head to Danville to Boyle County High School to take on the Lady Rebels in a first round game in the Class 2A sectional. If the Fillies win, they'll get to go on. If they lose, that's it. Just a single elimination tournament, and Harrison County starts things off with a trip down to Boyle County there on Tuesday. And the Thoroughbreds, along with tonight's game here on the Hilltop against Louisville Moore, will stay at home on Tuesday when Paul Lawrence Dunbar High School comes to town. Dunbar, always a very good team and should provide the Thoroughbreds with a good test. So best of luck to the Breds as they not only take on Moore today, but in that game against Dunbar on Tuesday. Well, we're about to have the national anthem, so let's take a listen to that, after which we'll take a break and then come back with a tip-off of today's game between Harrison County and Woodford. But right now, our Star-Spangled Banner.
Welcome to Harrison County High School for today's game between the Woodford County Lady Yellow Jackets and the Harrison County Fillies. This is a very special season for the Fillies basketball as we celebrate 50 years. Throughout the 50th anniversary season, Harrison County will take time to recognize specific accomplishments by the Fillies over the last half-decade. We will take a stroll down memory lane. From accolades and individual statistics to coaching records, we are proud to share these highlights, so please join us for home games this year. At this time, I ask you to please stand and remove your hats for the playing of the national anthem.
Alrighty, back here on the Hilltop, Harrison County and Woodford County about to face each other for the 12th time. Right now, the Lady Yellow Jackets are one below Harrison County in that series, as Harrison County has won 6, Woodford County has won 5. Harrison County 4-1 against the Lady Yellow Jackets here on the Hilltop. First time they met was back in 1979 at the Harrison County Invitational, a game Harrison County won 52-45. The last time we faced these girls was last season at the Bourbon County Holiday Classic, a game that the Lady Yellow Jackets won 47-22. And the last time they played here on the Hilltop was back in February of 2019. Harrison County won that game as well, 46-39. Evie Hall jumping center for Woodford. Katie Linville on the other side for Harrison County, and the tap controlled as we start the game by Hallie Gordon of Woodford County. as we get underway, the 1-1 Fillies against the 0-2 Woodford County squad. Webster on the right side, throws it up top to Gordon. Gordon takes a dribble, now passes the ball on a bounce to Webster, who comes back in between the circles. Webster to the elbow, tries a pass, it's knocked away, but Woodford County picks up the loose ball. That's Gordon. Gordon to the elbow to Patterson. Her shot is good. Tyler Patterson gets her team on the scoreboard first. 7:23 left to go. Harrison County down 2-0. Full court pressure. Harrison County breaks it. Custard tries a pass to Lunsford. It's going to be off of Lunsford's hands, but they're going to say that it actually touched a Woodford County player before that happened. So Harrison County will get the ball underneath their own basket. Tricking the inbounds pass will be Linville to Toll, back to Linville, up top now to Hudgens. Hudgens backs up near the center circle to set the offense. Harrison County trailing 2-0 here in the early going. Hudgens pass to the top of the key to Linville, to Toll, to the left side to Custard for a three try, rolls off the rim, no good. And Webster comes down with the rebound for Woodford. In the front court quickly, a shot put up from three-point range by Gordon is an air ball that will sail out of bounds. El Paracutin, that's where you can find daily lunch specials and the always popular buffet, as they're calling their name. Plan a visit soon to the Harrison Square and enjoy a meal at El Paracutin. With the basketball on the right side, Custard stops and pops from 10. Good! Harrison County on the board with the jump shot by Keely Custard, which ties the game at 2-2. 6.5 left to go here in the first quarter. With the basketball, shot put up by Patterson, no good. Rebound, though, is going to be picked up by Hall. She'll get it back on the wing to Webster. Webster in the corner, looking for someone to pass the ball to. Now takes her own dribble down the baseline, floats up a 10-footer that's no good, and Marley Toll is there for the rebound for Harrison County. In the front court come the Fillies quickly. Custer gives the ball to Toll, pass to the left side to Hudgens for three, no good off the front of the rim. Long rebound, comes way out, and Custard picks it up, and she's going to be fouled. Foul. Nope, they're going to say it was knocked out of bounds by Harrison County. Didn't see that. So on the first turnover of the ball game, Harrison County has to give the ball up. Under 6 minutes to go in the first quarter, we're still tied at 2. Ball on the far side goes to Webster. Lobs it down, knocked away, and stolen this time by Hayden Lunsford. Nice job that time by Hayden on the defense. Now has their own dribble, back tapped away from behind, and the loose ball picked up by Woodford. Jogging the ball into the front court will be Webster. Lobs it down low to a wide open Hall, who lays it up and in. So Evie Hall on the layup. Puts her team back out in front, 4-2. 5:23 left to go in the first quarter. Here's a pass inside to Lunsford. Gets it up top to Custard, who will fire a three. Off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound pulled down by Katie Linville, who puts it back up and in. Katie's first points of the night ties the game at 4-4. As we approach the 5-minute mark of this first quarter, with the basketball now out top is Webster. Runs the full circle, fires a three, shot no good. Long rebound goes into the stable, which is practically empty. And so give the ball back to Woodford County. Inbounds pass will come to Hudgens. I'll remind everyone that, like a good neighbor, Joe Cochran with State Farm is there. Get a new home or auto quote with Joe by calling 859-234-3813. Joe always supports the Breds and the Fillies. Linville passes the ball to Hudgens on the right side. Hudgens down on the block to Toll, who's wide open but misses the shot, but gets her own rebound. Marley gets it out top. Three fired up and good. That's a good up ball. 3-pointer by Keely Custer. Now a quick timeout called by Woodford County. They trail now 7-4, the first time they've trailed in the ball game. But 4:26 left in the first quarter. Harrison County scoring the last 5 points in a row to take this lead at 7-4. Well, do you have a big group to feed? The Beast Pizza is great for birthdays and parties. Just dial 235-7627 right now. That's 235-SNAP. I didn't hear the snap on your fingers.
Nope.
You're going to have to practice.
Yep.
Talk to Trent. He's the master snapper. All righty, Woodford County down by 3. We'll have the ball out of the timeout. Let's see what they've drawn up in the huddle. Crossing the timeline will be Webster. Webster guarded by Custard on the man-to-man. Gets it on the far wing into the hands of Ruby. Ruby to the left elbow. Gets it back up top to Patterson. Patterson picks up her dribble. Gets it on the wing to Ruby. Ruby drives to the left elbow. Puts up a shot from there. It's way off the mark. But the rebound's going to be picked up and put back in by Evie Hall, who will get her team back to within 1 at 7-6 after the putback. 3:56 left in this first quarter. Harrison with the lead and the basketball. Here's a pass to Linville to the right side to Custard. Long range in the corner, finds Lunsford down on the block to Toll. Toll backs up her defender, puts up a shot blocked by Evie Hall. And coming down with the rebound is Ruby. Into the front court, tries a pass down low, but it's going to be knocked out of bounds by Harrison County, so Woodford will maintain possession. They trail by 1. From her own baseline to trigger the inbounds pass this time will be Patterson. Patterson looking, gets it on the baseline to Taylor Patterson. Now back up top. With the basketball on the right side is Webster. Webster penetrates, has to back it back out again. Good defense by Custard on the interior. She'll get the ball to Ruby, who takes an extra step. So a turnover gives the ball back to the Fillies. Coming in for Woodford County, Shaylin Coffey. For Harrison County, Addison Rowe comes in for the first time. Addie, a 5'7" junior, averaging 2.5 points per game. Well, they've been here for Farmers since 1916, and they're here for you now. Farm Credit Mid-America. Contact Mike Furnish at 859-254-2741 or visit efarmcredit.com. With the 1-point lead in the basketball, here come the Fillies. A pass to Toll in the paint, up top to Custard. Custard goes to the foul line. Jump shot from there is no good. The rebound's going to be knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Woodford. So the Fillies will maintain possession. Still having a little difficulty finding the hoop. Of course, so is Woodford. That's why we have this low score. From her own baseline, Linville gets the ball to Custard. Knocked away. Loose ball on the floor. Bodies hit the floor, and there will be a jump ball. Possession arrow will keep the ball in Harrison County's hands, however. Once again, Linville from the exact same spot as she inbounded the ball before is back there again. Linville looking, gets the ball to Custard. Custard at the left elbow, lobs the ball up top to Rowe. Rowe to the right side to Hudgens. Hudgens down low to Toll. Toll from the block will have to pass it back in the corner to Hudgens for a 3-try. Very short air ball, and the rebound's going to be hauled in by Patterson. So up the floor come the Lady Yellow Jackets. They trail by 1. 2:43 left to go in this first quarter. With the basketball, Ruby gets it on the left side, long range to Gordon. Gordon spins, now gets the ball on the left side to Coffey. Coffey back up top to Webster once again. Webster, the kingpin of this team, as everything flows through her. She'll get the ball into the hands of Ruby. Ruby at the top of the key, goes to the right elbow, extended now, puts up a shot off the glass, no good. Rebound being batted around. Coffey comes up with it. Now here's a 3-try, no good. Rebound picked up and put up, no good by Haley Gordon. And now Harrison County has the basketball in the front court. Pass up top to Custard on the baseline to Linville. Linville's going to be knocked down by number 4, that's Shaylin Coffey, and that'll be Coffey's first personal foul. A couple of subs coming in for Woodford County. Jasmine Williams checks in for Harrison County. Maddie Carson comes in the game. Carson, a 5'2" junior, averaging a point a game so far in the early season. From in front of the Woodford County bench, Linville inbounds the ball to Rowe on the wing on the near side. Back up top to Linville. Linville in between the circles finds Carson. Carson to the left side to Hudgens long range. Hudgens back up top to Carson. Lobs the ball to the foul line to Linville. She'll find Rowe in the corner. Rowe gets the ball to Toll. Toll double teamed and has the ball taken away from her by Gordon. Up the floor comes Woodford County. Here's a pass down on the baseline to Coffey. She'll kick it back up top to Patterson, but Patterson will take a little treble before she gets the ball into the paint. Each team now with 3 turnovers here in the first half. 1:32 left to go in the initial period. Harrison County still leading 7-6. With the basketball will be Hudgens. Across the timeline inside the center circle. Drifts to the right side, long range, where she'll get the ball to Rowe beyond the arc. Rowe trying to find Toll, but she's covered up. Gets it up top to Carson. Carson now to Toll. Toll double teamed again. Ball knocked out of bounds by Woodford. Hayden Lunsford checks back in for Harrison County. Keely Custard also back into the contest for Harrison County. And also making her first appearance of the night, Alyssa Williams. Williams, a 6'1 freshman, averaging a half a point a game. She'll come in for Toll. From her own baseline, this side of the basket, Linville to trigger the inbounds pass. Linville gets the ball to Custard. Now to Carson for a three. Barely grazed the rim, but Linville's there for the offensive rebound. Her putback is no good, but she's fouled. Linville in the right place at the right time. Katie going to line now. Linville attempting her first free throws of the season. She has a couple of points. 1:10 left to go in the first quarter. First one by number 34 is off the flange, no good. She will have another, however, to try to make it a 2-point lead. Harrison's led by as many as 3, right now up by just 1. Second free throw for Linville is going to bounce high off the flange, but good English on the ball. Drops it back in to the hole. So 8-6 is your score. 1:10 left. There's a shot put up no good by Woodford. Offensive rebound is pulled down by Gordon, who puts it back up and in. Good job that time by Gordon, who ties the score now at 8-8. In the front court with the basketball come the Fillies. Under 50 seconds left to go. Pass the left side to Carson, down on the baseline to Williams, and Williams is going to be fouled by Coffey, who comes over the back, and that'll be 2 personal fouls on Shaylin Coffey. See if that prompts a move by Coach Eason, which it will. As coming in will be Evie Hall. Toll and Hudgens come back in for Harrison County. From her own baseline to trigger the inbounds pass will be Custard with 41 seconds left to go. Custard looking, lobs it up top to Linville. Linville takes a couple of dribbles, pass to the right side to Hudgens, long range. Hudgens down to Toll. Toll backs up her defender, puts a hook shot off the glass. It's a little too hard, no good. And Patterson comes down with the rebound for Woodford. In the front court on the far side is Hall. In between the circles finds Webster. Webster back to Williams this time. She fires a three and it's good. Jasmine Williams puts her team back out on top. 11-8 with a long three. Just 11 seconds left to go here in the quarter. Toll to Linville, 12-footer in the paint is no good. And down with the rebound will be Webster. Up the floor quickly, here's a long three, no good by Webster as the buzzer sounds. So at the end of one, your score, Woodford County 11, Harrison County 8. You're listening to Philly Basketball on WC1. All right, back in the first quarter, Harrison County 3 for 13 from the field, while Woodford County was 5 for 15, and that's why Woodford County has the lead right now. And the basketball to begin the second quarter. Webster on the left side being hounded by Custard, goes to the right elbow extended, gets the ball in the corner to Williams. Now Williams will have her dribble back tapped out of bounds by Custard. From the hash mark in front of the stable, inbounding the ball will be Webster. Webster lobs the ball into the hands of Gordon in between the circles. Gordon over into the far corner, gets the ball to Hall. Hall back out top once again to Gordon. Gordon makes a move to the elbow, kicks it on the wing to Williams for three, rattles in there. Second tray of the game for Jasmine Williams. And right now, the visitors, Woodford County, has a 14-8 lead on the second tray by the aforementioned Jasmine Williams. With the basketball up top, Hudgens. Hudgens trying to break this 7-0 run that the Woodford County Yellow Jackets are on right now. Hudgens crosses over a dribble, backs up for a three-pointer, air ball, and it will go harmlessly out of bounds. Phillies have missed their last 7 shots in a row. Cynthiana Hardee's wants you to visit them for breakfast, lunch, or dinner on US 27 South. They've got the best burgers in town. That's out at Hardee's in Cynthiana. With the basketball now in the front court, Webster gets it to Gordon, and Gordon's going to be traveling. So give the ball back to Harrison County. Pinned the ball on her hip as she was trying to dribble, so obvious violation. If you're fed up, call Canup. Canup Law promises to treat you with care, respect, and dignity in whatever legal situation you're in. Visit them at canuplaw.com. Into the front court comes Custard, hands the ball to Lunsford. Over to the left side to Hudgens long range. Hudgens to Linville, foul line, jump shot, no good. Rebound on the floor, chased down by Williams. And up the floor comes Woodford County, leading by a half a dozen. Gordon, left side three try, off the mark, no good. And Toll wades in there to get her third rebound of the game. With the basketball, Custard on the baseline, looking for help, spins her around. Somebody come and help her. She'll get the ball to Lunsford. Lunsford tries a shot. It's going to be no good, but she's going to be fouled. And we'll go to the line for 2. That foul on Gordon, that'll be her first. Lunsford, 2 for 4 from the line this season, so an even 50%. Looking for her first points of the night with 6:14 on the clock in the half. First free throw for the junior is good. And it'll stop that 7-point run and put Harrison County back to within 5 at the 6:14 mark. Second free throw upcoming for number 12 is going to be off the flange, and the rebound will be picked up by Patterson. Into the front court with the basketball, Gordon. Gordon rotates over to the right side, steps inside the arc, now hands the ball to Webster. Webster drives to the block, hands it off once again to Patterson, who'll get it on the wing, long range to Gordon. Gordon skip pass to the near side to Webster. She'll fire a three, no good. And the rebound is going to be saved from going out of bounds by Gordon, but that second shot is no good. And up the floor come the Fillies. Custard got that last rebound. Here's a three put up by Lunsford, no good, but it's going to be off of the hands of a Woodford County Lady Yellow Jacket. Nope, they're going to say it was actually off of Harrison County. So the Woodford County Lady Yellow Jackets get the ball, leading 14-9. Across the timeline comes Webster to the right side to Gordon. Gordon now takes her dribble inside the arc, down to the block. Nobody cuts her off, but she misses the layup. And the rebound is going to be picked up by Gordon. She misses again, but this time Marley Toll is there. In the front court with the basketball come the Fillies. Hudgens in between the circles. She'll bring it inside the center circle to reset the offense. Now drifts to the left side where she'll find Lunsford. In the corner to Linville. Linville in the paint to Toll. She can't control the pass, and the loose ball is going to be picked up by Woodford. In the front court on the left side, an open three by Hall from 12 feet away is no good, but chasing down the rebound is going to be Williams. She'll get it to Gordon. Gordon back to Williams to the left side to Webster, all alone for a three try. Once again, she's off the mark, and this time it's going to be Linville who brings in the rebound. Up the floor come the Fillies. Custard, right side, Lunsford in the corner. Lunsford for three, no good. Offside rebound picked up by Gordon. In the front court with the basketball come the Lady Jackets. A pass inside, knocked away, but loose ball picked up by Webster. She'll put up a three-pointer, good. Webster with her first points of the night. Timeout called by Harrison County. It's just going to be a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here. However, the score now shows the Lady Yellow Jackets up by a score of 17-9 with that 4:16 on the clock. So we'll mark that down so we'll remember it later. Said 4:16 left. Harrison County trailing 17-9. Stockyards Bank and Trust has competitive home equity loans and home equity lines of credit for you. Ask a lender to learn more. Stockyards Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Coming up later today after this game is over, the Dragons of Doss will take on the Crusaders of St. Henry. That game's scheduled to start at 1:45. Bracken County and Ludlow then play each other, followed by Beth Haven and Collins will, for the Harrison County Thoroughbreds, play Moore to round out what is going to be a full day of basketball. Now the timeout, Harrison County down by 8 as we're near the midway point of the second quarter. Custard has it, gets it up top to Linville. Linville to Williams, who's back in the game. Back out to Custard for three. Good. Keely Custard with her second ball three-pointer. Give the assist to Williams. As the Fillies draw back to within 5 at 17-12. 3:49 left in this first half. Here's a steal by Harrison County. Hudgens goes coast to coast. Nobody cuts her off, and she lays it in. So a nice move that time by Bailey. Makes it a 17-14 game with 3:39 left. Carson comes back in for Harrison. From her own baseline will be Harrison County. The ball is stolen away, however, by Williams, who misses the layup on the other end, gets her own rebound, misses it again. And this time, rebound by Kendall Cable, who's in the game, and she misses it as well. And finally coming up with the basketball is going to be Williams. Williams' first rebound of the night. With the basketball out top is Keely Custard. Custard, with her team trailing by 5, will now try to get the ball on the baseline, but she's fouled as she goes down there. It's going to be on Webster, and that'll be Ella Webster's first personal foul. Eddie Rowe will check back in now for Harrison County. As Carson will inbounds it from the hash mark on the far side of the floor. 3 minutes on the nose left to go here in the first half. Harrison County down 17-12. Fillies led by a couple of points early in this ball game. We've had 3 ties in the lead change. Custard lobs the ball in the corner to Rowe. Rowe ball fake, and as she does, she travels. 5 turnovers here in the first half for Harrison County. 6 have been committed by Woodford. But Woodford County has the 5-point lead and the ball. Webster across the timeline. Crosses over her dribble, moves to the right side where she'll find Williams long range. Williams to the foul line to Hall. Hall goes to the basket, her layup is good. 6 points for Evie Hall as the lead now grows to 19-12. 2:26 on the clock here in the first half. Linville down on the baseline to Williams. Williams to Custard. Custard spins at the elbow, gets it in the corner to Rowe for a 3, short. Rebound being battled for, and finally coming away with it will be Patterson. And here come the Lady Jackets. Webster waits on the rest of her team to catch up with her. Now rotates over to the right side to Williams long range. Williams now on the baseline to Hall, back to Williams for 3. This time it's no good, but coming in with the rebound will be Patterson. Patterson gets the ball to Webster. Her 10-footer on the baseline is off the mark, and Williams gets the rebound. Phillies need a bucket. 1:44 left to go in the first half. With the basketball, Custard gets it on the wing to Carson, on the baseline to Rowe. Rowe back up top to Carson. Carson down low to Williams. Ball knocked away, and loose ball is going to be picked up by Webster. Webster hands the ball up the floor and into the hands of Cable, who will put up a 3-point try, which is way off the mark. And Williams is there to get another rebound. She has 3 here in the second quarter alone. Across the timeline comes Custard. Goes to the left elbow. A floater is going to roll off, no good. And the long rebound is chased down by Webster. Into the front court come the Lady Jackets. Cable with a 3-pointer, way off the mark. And with the rebound is Rowe. Rowe will bring the ball into the front court herself. Under a minute to go here in the first half. Harrison down by 7. Out top, a long 3 by Custard is off the front of the rim, no good. And Webster will bring down the rebound for her Lady Yellow Jackets. Across the timeline, Webster gets the ball down low to Hall, to the left side to Williams for 3. It's off the front of the rim, no good. But with the rebound is Hall. Her putback is no good. Now, putback by Patterson is also no good. But Woodford County maintains possession. Now going up with a shot is going to be Cable, and she's going to be fouled. They're killing us on the offensive glass. 28 seconds left.
At the line for Woodford, 24, Webster.
Webster will be going to the line for the first time tonight. Webster with a three-pointer for her 3 points. Her first free throw is on the way and good. Hudgens, Toll, and Lunsford check back in for Harrison County. Also coming in for the Yellow Jackets will be Adele Long. Adele Long, a 5'10 sophomore. Webster's second free throw is on the way and good, and Woodford County has captured their largest lead of the ball game as they have turned the score around on Harrison County and lead 21-12. Coming in the ball game was Cable for Woodford County. Here's a pass to Toll down low, puts one off the glass, no good. And with the rebound is Emma Ruby, who's back into the ball game. In the front court, here comes Woodford County with 12 seconds left. Pass to the right side, long range to Cable. Cable now gets it in the hands of Williams. Williams flashes to the basket, nobody cuts her off. And with 4 seconds left, is able to put the ball in the hole. Here's a three-quarter court shot, no good by Custard. And that is the way that the first half will end with your score. Woodford County with not a commanding, but a lead of 23-12 as Williams makes that last shot. So Harrison County not finding that same kind of offensive energy we had the other night up at Dayton, but still over a half to go, or actually a half to go here. We invite you to stay tuned now for our halftime show, which is brought to you by Joe Cochran out at State Farm. We'll go over all the scoring and stats from this first half coming up after this timeout. But once again, your halftime score from here on the hilltop at the State Farm at Joe Cochran Invitational Basketball Tournament. Woodford County 23, Harrison County 12. You're listening to Philly Basketball on WC1. Alrighty, back here at the Hilltop, Harrison County finds themselves down 23-12 as they are in the midst of a run by Woodford County in which the Lady Yellow Jackets have outscored the Fillies 15-4. After the game was tied at 8, the Woodford County Yellow Jackets have really taken off on us. Let's take a look at the individual numbers for you first. Scoring-wise for Woodford County, leading the way was Jasmine Williams, who has 8 points here at the break, including a couple of threes. 6 points by Evie Hall. 5 points by Ella Webster, including a tray. And a couple of points as well for both Hallie Gordon and Taylor Patterson. Also getting into the game but not scoring, Emma Ruby, Shaylin Coffey, Kennedy Cobble, and Adele Long. For Harrison County, Keely Custard is the leading scorer with 8 points, including 2 3-pointers. 3 points have been scored by Katie Linville and a single point by Hayden Lunsford, and that's how you add up to 12. Also playing but not scoring, Bailey Hudgens, Marley Toll, Addie Rowe, Alyssa Williams, and I think that's all. Maddie Carson also played but did not score in that first half. Those are your individual numbers. We'll take a break, come back, and tell you how the team stats stack up right after this. But once again, your halftime score, Woodford County 23, Harrison County 12. You're listening to Phillies basketball on the State Farm Joe Cochran halftime show on WCYN Sports. All right, let's take a look now at the stats in the first half. Harrison County only 4 out of 25. That's 16% from the floor. They attempted 13 trays and made just 2. Woodford County, meanwhile, 9 of 31. That's 29% even. They were 3 for 14 from beyond the arc. Neither team went to the foul line that much in the first half. Harrison County was 2 for 4 for 50%, while Woodford County made both of their free throw tries for 100%. Turnovers fairly even. Harrison County committed 6 turnovers in the first half compared to 5 for Woodford County. But the Yellow Jackets dominated the backboards in that first half, out-rebounding Harrison County 25-14. 13 offensive rebounds for Woodford County as well. They were paced in that stat by Taylor Patterson, who has 6 rebounds overall here in the first half, including a couple of offensive variety rebounds. Meanwhile, Harrison County 4 offensive and 10 defensive boards. They were led by Marley Toll, who has 4 rebounds here at the break. So there, as you look at the team numbers from this first half, hopefully Harrison County can get things picked up, stop what is right now a 15-4 Woodford County run, and get back in this ballgame. There's still plenty of time. We'll take a break right now, though. Come back for the third quarter handoff right after this timeout. You're listening to the State Farm Joe Cochran halftime show on WCYN Sports. All righty, back here at the Hilltop. Harrison County needs to get some work done here in the second half to try to catch up to the visiting Woodford County Yellow Jackets, who just took over in that second quarter. And Woodford will have the ball to begin the third. Webster gets it to the elbow to Patterson. Patterson up now to Ruby. Ruby gives the ball to Webster, who dribbles over to the left side. Now reverses back to the right side, where she'll get it on the wing by Ruby. Ruby looking, skip pass to Webster on the far side, being guarded by Carson, who starts out the third quarter. Now Webster gets the ball into the hands of Ruby. Ruby kicks it on the wing to Gordon, long range. Gordon in the corner now, once again to Ruby. Ruby takes her dribble, lost it. Loose ball picked up by Rowe, and Addie's going to be fouled. So a nice play that time by Addie Rowe to get Harrison County the ball. Hallie Gordon picks up the foul. That'll be her second. At El Paracutan, daily lunch specials and the always popular buffet are calling your name. Plan a visit soon to the Harrison Square and enjoy a meal at El Paracutan. With the basketball, Custard on the right side to Rowe. To the elbow to Lunsford, up top now to Custard again. Custard at the top of the key, rolls inside the arc, and now gets the ball to the foul line to Rowe. Jump shot from there is no good. Rebound picked up by Evie Hall, and up the floor comes Woodford County. Gordon to the right wing, long range to Ruby. Emma Ruby in the corner. Here's a three by Patterson, short, but the rebound's going to be picked up by Ruby. Over on the left side, Webster in the corner. Here's a three, fired up, and good this time by Hallie Gordon. So Gordon with her 5th point puts her team up now by a score of 26-12. This thing's starting to get away from us a little bit. With the basketball, Carson passes the ball into Rowe, and Addie's going to be fouled. Foul's going to be called on Gordon. That'll be Gordon's third, so she picks up 2 quick fouls here at the start of the third quarter. From her own baseline, Rowe will trigger the inbounds pass. Gets it into the hands of Custard. Her half hook shot underneath the basket is no good, but Rowe is there for the rebound. Boy, Addie's come out of the locker room loaded for bear. From her own baseline, she'll trigger the inbounds pass. Addie looking, still looking. Somebody get open, and now Rowe throws it away. First turnover of the second half for the Fillies. They trail 26-12 with the lead. Ruby comes into the front court. Ruby goes to the right elbow, kicks it on the wing to Webster. Webster, a skip pass to the far side, is a little bit too tall for Ruby, and will go out of bounds, so give Harrison County the ball back. Like a good neighbor, Joe Cochran with State Farm is there. Get a new home or auto quote with Joe by calling 859-234-3813. Joe always supports the Reds and Fillies. Hudgens gets the ball to Custard. Custard to bounce pass to the left side to Rowe, long range. Addie looks inside, gets the ball to Hudgens. Hudgens triple team, forces up a 10-footer, good! That's what the doctor ordered. First points of the game scored by Bailey. Gets Harrison County back to within 12 at 26-14. With the basketball, Webster in the front court being hounded by Carson. Gets it on the right side. Here's a three fired up by Gordon. No good. Long rebound is going to be picked up by Carson, who's going to be fouled as well. Nice hustle that time by Maddie. Coming in the game for the first time for Harrison, Jersey Baker. Baker, a 5'6", 7th grader, averaging 3 points a game. And boy, you talk about a girl whose future is extremely high. She's going to be an excellent player. Right now, just a 7th grader learning the game, but just watching her in the JV games, you could tell the talent she already has. Carson to Baker. Baker goes baseline, has the ball, her shot blocked. Chasing down the rebound will be Webster. Up into the front court come the Fillies. Here's a pass intended for Hall. She thought the ball was coming to someone else and let the ball fly by her out of bounds. 3 more turnovers by Woodford County here in the third quarter, but Harrison County still down by a dozen. 5:01 left in the third. Custard will walk the ball into the front court. Gets it to Carson. Lobs the ball into the paint to Hudgens. Hudgens triple team. Ball tapped away from behind and stolen by Woodford County, and they're going to call a foul on Carson. That'll be Maddie's first. But you have a big group to feed. The Beast Pizza is great for birthdays and parties. Just dial 235-7627 right now. That's 235.
Snap.
There you go. I heard the snap that time. You're improving. All righty, with the basketball in the backcourt is Ruby trying to get away from Hudgens' defense, but she does up the far sideline. Now trying to get away from the double team. Ball taken away by Custard. Custard coast to coast layup good, and she's fouled. And Keeley will have a chance at the old-fashioned three-point play. Nice strong move to the basket that time by the sophomore, which gets her team back to within 10 at 26-16 with 4:33 left. Custard's first trip to the line tonight. In fact, this is her first trip to the charity stripe this season. Free throw up and good. Harrison County's back to within 9 as Rowe checks back into the ball game. Full court pressure being applied by the Fillies. Trying to get the ball in bounds is Ruby. And now we're going to have a timeout called. We'll take it as well. 4:33 left to go in the third quarter. Your score, Woodford County 26, Harrison County 17. You're listening to Philly Basketball on WCYN Sports. Alrighty, out of the timeout. Woodford County with the basketball and a foul on the press by Baker. That'll be Jersey's first personal. From in front of the Harrison bench, Ruby will try to get the ball in bounds. Looking, lobs it. It's going to be caught on the far side by Patterson, who will give the ball to Webster. Webster, her team up by 9 now. Drifts to the left side, long range. Now comes back to the top of the key. And it's going to be fouled by Lunsford, who is overguarding just a bit. It'll be Hayden's first. Back in the game for Woodford. Coffey returns. She saw a little bit of action in the first half. Webster from the sideline just to the left of her bench lobs the ball in, and it's picked up by Ruby. I think it was intended for Gordon, but she let it go, but Ruby's there. Ruby goes to the block. Her off-balance shot is no good, but a foul is going to be called, and she'll be going to the free throw line. Foul is going to be on Hudgens. That'll be Bailey's first. Ruby at the line for the first time tonight, looking for her first points of the game as well. 4:15 on the clock here in the third. First free throw's on the way and bounces off, no good. Harrison County's deficit remains at 9. Second free throw upcoming for the sophomore, Emma Ruby. It's on the way, and this one is good for her first point of the night and extends her team's lead to 27-17. As we said, 4:13 left to go in the third quarter. Across the timeline comes Custard. Custard at the right elbow finds Lunsford on the wing. Lunsford up top to Baker. Baker lobs the ball to the nearest side to Custard. Custard lobs it down low to Hudgens. Hudgens back up top to Lunsford for a three try. Good! There's another up-wall three-pointer. This time delivered by Hayden Lunsford off the assist from Bailey Hudgens. And Harrison County is back to within 7 at 27-20. With the basketball now, out top is Webster, and they're going to call Rowe for the foul. It'll be Addie's first. Be a shooting foul, so Webster back to the line where she's 2 for 2, has 5 points. All 5 coming in the second quarter. 3:38 on the clock. Harrison down by just 7 right now. First free throw by the senior is off the mark, no good. She'll have another, however, as Jasmine Williams returns to the game. She'll come in for Ruby. Second free throw for Webster upcoming to try to make it an 8-point game is on the way, and this one will be good. Harrison County with the ball, trailing 28-20. Across the timeline with the basketball comes Custard. Looks inside, nothing there. Dribbles to the left side where she'll get the ball to Baker. Baker, step on the line, now backs it back out to Lunsford. Oh, and Hayden drops it in the backcourt. She is trying to run before she caught the ball. Only the third turnover for Harrison here in the third quarter, but you hate those unforced errors. Williams gets the ball inbounds to Webster. Webster on the right side, looking for help, but she picked up her dribble, gets the ball in between the circles to Williams, and Williams is going to be fouled by Hudgens. That'll be Bailey's second. So 2 more free throws upcoming for Jasmine Williams. This is her first trip to the line tonight. Has 8 points, does the junior, coming off of the bench. With 3:13 left to go in the third, the first free throw is going to bounce in there. Maddie Carson checks back in for the Fillies, who now trail 29-20. With a second free throw upcoming for Jasmine Williams. Her second try is no good. Long rebound is going to be chased down by Williams. Her putback is no good, but she's going to be fouled. Williams now 1 for 2 from the line. 29-20 your score. Free throw up and good. Extends her team's lead to 30-20. Second free throw is no good, and Custard comes down with the rebound for the Fillies. In the front court quickly, here's a 3 fired up by Lunsford from the corner, no good. Rebound pulled in by Hallie Gordon. Up the floor quickly, here come the Lady Jackets, but a travel is going to be called as they were running just a little bit too quickly. They've been here for Farmers since 1916, and they're here for you now. Farm Credit Mid-America. Contact Mike Furnish at 859-254-2741 or visit efarmcredit.com. With the basketball across the timeline comes Custard. Keeley at the top of the key, goes to the left elbow, stops and pops from there. No good, that ball came in and out. But coming down with the rebound will be Baker. Here's a pass up top to Hudgens. Hudgens will back up near the center circle to reset the offense. Bounce pass inside to Baker, splits the defense, goes to the block, her shot put up, and it's good, and she's fouled. And Jersey Baker with a chance at the old-fashioned three-point play. Nice play that time by the 7th grader. And a chance for the old-fashioned three right here, which would get her team back to within 8 if she is successful. But first, a sub for Woodford County as Evie Hall checks back in. She has 6 points all in the first half. Baker's free throw is up and count it down. Rowe comes back in the game now for Harrison County. Trailing 31-23 now, or 30-23. Full court pressure being applied by Harrison County. Webster lobs the ball inbounds to Hall. Now Hall gets the ball back to Webster. Going for the steal is Hudgens. And she runs into Webster for her 3rd personal foul. We better watch that particular stat. We'll walk the other way and shoot some free throws. Cynthia Hardee's wants you to visit them for breakfast, lunch, or dinner on US 27 South. They're the best burgers in town. That's Hardee's in Cynthiana. Webster 3 for 4 from the line, make it 3 for 5 as she misses her first free throw. She will have another, however. Now Baker will check back into the contest, coming in for Rowe as Coach Watson doing some situational substituting right now. Offense, defense. Webster's second free throw is on the way, and this one will be good. And that will once again extend the lead to 31-23. 2:19 on the clock here in the third quarter. Baker in between the circles, crosses over her dribble, steps inside the arc, now back up top to Lunsford, inside to Hudgens. Hudgens splits the defense, but can't make the shot, but she's going to be fouled. Let's see. That foul is on Hall. That'll be Evie Hall's first. Hudgens to the line for the first time tonight on the year, 1 for 2 from the charity stripe. First free throw is good. Addie Rowe about to check back in after this second free throw try, which got Harrison back to within 7 at 31-24. With 2:08 left. Second free throw is good as well. All right, Bailey. Rowe back in. Harrison County back to within 6 at 31-25. With those 2:08 left we talked about before. Full court pressure. Inbounds pass comes to Webster. Woodford breaks the press. Now a bounce pass to Hall. Fires it over to Coffey, who was not expecting it. It goes off her hands and out of bounds, so an unforced error for Woodford. And Hudgens will check back into the ball game. Lunsford will inbounds the ball to Custard. Harrison County at one time trailed by as many as 14 here in the quarter. Back to within a half a dozen. Custard drifts to the left side, long range in front of her own bench. Directing traffic. Now gets it in the corner to Hudgens for a three-pointer. Rattles out, no good. And the rebound is pulled in by Coffey. Coffey then throws the ball away. Harrison County with it. Shot put up by Hudgens, no good. And Williams will get the rebound for her Woodford County Yellow Jackets. Gets it to Webster, who misses the layup on the other end of the floor. Baker goes and gets the loose ball for the rebound. In the front court, Hudgens to the basket. Layup is good, and she's fouled. Ella Webster is injured on the other end of the floor, but Bailey Hudgens a chance for the old-fashioned three-point play after a power play basket on this end of the floor. Hudgens gets her team right now back to within 4 at 31-27. 1:23 on the clock. They'll attend to Webster now. Working on the ankle or the calf on the right side. Might have a cramp. So she is attended to. Let's remind you that you're fed up. Call Canup. Canup Law promises to treat you with care, respect, and dignity in whatever legal situation you're in. Visit them at canuplaw.com. Now Coach Eason going over there to take a look at her star player, and now they're working more on the thigh area. So, yeah, left thigh area. Trying to rub something out, so it might still be a Charlie horse. Just the way they're working on her leg right now. Well, waiting in the wings, Doss and St. Henry. They're scheduled to play at 1:45. That ain't happening. Harrison County scheduled to play at 7 o'clock tonight against Louisville Moore. As right now Webster trying to work that cramp out on her own, while Hudgens will be at the line to try to complete the old-fashioned three-point play. Hudgens 2 for 2 from the line tonight and has all 6 of her points here in the third quarter, with Harrison County coming back from a 14-point deficit and right now trailing by just 4. With 1:23 on the clock in the third, the free throw by Hudgens is good. And Addie Rowe will check back in. Well, I'll tell you what, ever since Coach employed this situational substituting, our team has done extremely well. Full court pressure has also helped. Williams trying to get the ball in bounds. It's got to be close to a 5-second. Now stolen by Custard. Her shot's no good. She'll get her own rebound and bring it back out front. Here's a lob shot by Lunsford. Good. Hayden Lunsford with the big basket there. And timeout called. We'll take it as well. 1:15 left to go in the third quarter. Your score, Woodford County 31, Harrison County 30. You're listening to Philly Basketball on WC1. Alrighty, Harrison County answering that 20-4 run by Woodford County with an 18-5 run of their own, which has gotten them back to within one. Full court pressure out of the timeout. Inbounds pass comes to Williams. Williams in the front court to Hall. Hall down low, gets the ball into the hands of Coffey. Her shot is no good, but she gets the offensive rebound and brings it back out top. With the basketball now is Gordon. Gordon crosses over a dribble, moves to the left elbow, to the block, to the glass, shot no good. Rebound pulled in by Hayden Lunsford, and Harrison County with a chance to take the lead with under a minute to go here in the third. Custard flies into the front court, goes to the right elbow, in the paint. A runner is no good, but she's fouled, and will go to the line for two. Foul is going to be assessed to Coffey. That'll be Coffey's third as Ella Webster is set to come back in. Custard can both tie this game and give her team the lead. If she makes both of them, she's 1 for 1 from the line. First free throw, though, is no good. She can still tie this score up. She can make this free throw here. Looking for her 12th point, came in averaging 5. Free throw by the sophomore is up and count it down, and Harrison County has tied the score at 31-31. Up the floor come the Lady Yellow Jackets as they break Harrison County's press. Ruby with the ball now, spins on the right side, crosses over a dribble, goes to the top of the key, gets to the right elbow, down on the block, finds a wide open Hall, and puts it up and in. So Evie Hall gives her team the lead once again on the layup. 17 seconds on the clock here in the third quarter. On the right side, Carson. She'll get the ball to Baker. Baker on the wing, goes inside the arc to the block. Her shot put up and bounces off, no good. Rebound pulled down this time by Hall. Hall loses control of the basketball as Custard stole it away from her. She'll put up a shot, no good. And it's going to be off of the Lady Yellow Jackets. Back in the game for Harrison County, Linville, Lunsford, Toll. As we get basically our regular 5 out there for the past third second. Pass to Linville, shot at the buzzer, no. So at the end of 3-year score, Woodford County 33, Harrison County 31. You're listening to Philly basketball on WCYN Sports. Alrighty, back here on the hilltop, Harrison County will head to the fourth quarter, trailing 33-31. Stockyards Bank and Trust has competitive home equity loans and home equity lines of credit for you. Ask a lender to learn more. Stockyards Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Woodford County will have the ball to begin things here in the fourth quarter. Inbounds pass comes to Webster, who's back in the game after getting that cramp taken care of. A 3 from the top of the key is good. So Webster makes her presence known early, and she buries the tray to get her team back to a 5-point lead at 36-31 in the opening moments of the fourth quarter. Here's a pass to Hudgens for 3 again. This one is off the flange, no good. And yanking down the rebound will be Hallie Gordon. Up the floor into the front court. Here's a pass to Webster from Hall. Her shot is no good, but she's fouled and will go to the line for 2. Foul's going to be assessed to Baker. That'll be Baker's second. Webster from the free throw stripe tonight is 4 out of 6. First free throw here by the senior is on the way and rattles out, no good. She will have another to try to make it a 6-point game. Second free throw is up and good. She now has 11 points and has given her team a 37-31 advantage. 7:17 on the clock. With the basketball, Hudgens in the front court. Hook shot, good. Bailey with 9 points. Gets her team back to within 4 at 37-33. 7:03 on the clock. Here's a long three, no good by Woodford County, and the offside rebound is pulled in by Baker. Baker up the floor, tries a pass inside to Rowe. Rowe triple team, gets it back up top to Custard. Ball fake, goes to the elbow. A runner is no good, but she's fouled, and Keeley will be going to the line for 2. Foul is going to be assessed to Hall. That'll be Evie Hall's second personal foul. Custard 2 for 3 from the line. First free throw by the sophomore is off the mark, no good. She will have another, however, to try to get her team back to within a 3 spot if she can make this free throw here. It's going to be good. Harrison County down by a tray, 37-34 after those free throws by Keeley Custard. 6:43 left in the front court with the basketball. Gordon up top, she'll find Ruby. Ruby off balance shot, bounces in there. First field goal by Emma Ruby in the game. Puts her team back up by 5 at 39-34. With the basketball in between the circles, Custard in the corner finds Rowe. Rowe steps inside the arc, now gets it out top to Lunsford. Lunsford in between the circles to Custard, and now a timeout called by Harrison County. Just a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here. But with 6:11 left to go, Harrison County down by a score of 39-34. It's been a good game so far. Harrison County, much like I think they're probably going to do throughout the season, going through some dry spells, but on other times, hitting it like they're the #1 team in the region. So I think that's just the kind of basketball team we're going to be living with this year. If nothing else, it's exciting. That's for sure. The kids are really being aggressive today, taking it right to Woodford County. And right now within 5. Ball will be inbounded from the far sideline by Rowe. Rowe gets it inbounds to Custard. Custard takes the ball to the top of the key, goes to the left elbow, lobs it in the corner to Lunsford. Lunsford drives, a runner from 10 is going to be short, and the rebound pulled down by Patterson. Patterson looking for her help as she's picked up her dribble, and now a timeout called by Coach Eason. It's going to be a 30-second timeout, I believe, and it will be a 30-second. 5 minutes and 55 seconds on the clock. Harrison County still down 39-34. Fillies will be back in action on Tuesday as they'll head to Boyle County to take on the Lady Rebels of Boyle County High School in a Class 2A sectional game. If the Fillies win that game, they'll continue on in the sectional format, while if they do not win, that'll be it for them in that particular tournament. So out of the timeout, Woodford County will have the basketball facing full court pressure. Inbound the ball will be Ruby. Ruby looking, her team up by 5. Gotta be close to a 5 count, and there you go. Good defense by the Fillies. Prompt the turnover by Woodford County. That's Woodford County's 9th turnover here in the second half after committing only 5 in the first half. So our press has definitely been making an issue of things for Woodford County. From her own baseline, Rowe will trigger the inbounds pass, but first Katie Linville will check in for Rowe. So Linville to inbounds the ball. Linville looking, Lobs it to Baker on the wing. Baker up top to Hudgens. Hudgens looks over to Coach Watson to see what play he wants to run this time down the floor. Gets it on the left side, long range to Lunsford, down on the block to Linville. Linville over to the far side to Custard, fakes the three, moves inside the arc, goes baseline, puts up a 10-footer, in and out, no good, but she's fouled. And Custard will go to the line for two. Foul's going to be called against Gordon. That'll be Hallie Gordon's fourth. Custard back to the line where she is 3 for 5, has 13 points. Came in averaging 5. First free throw, perfect. As Maddie Carson checks back in. Harrison County back to within 4 at 39 to 35. Second free throw is also good, and Harrison County once again back to within a tray at 39 to 36. With the basketball in the front court on the far sideline is Webster. Webster throws a pass, knocked away and stolen by Custard. Custard to Hudgens in the front court. Let's make sure we get a good shot here, girls. Hudgens goes to the block. Over on the far side to Carson for three. Yes! Maddie Carson with the Canuck Wall three-pointer. And Harrison County once again has tied the score. This time at 39 to 39 now. A rushed shot on the other end is no good by Woodford. And the rebound's picked up by Hudgens. In the front court, Hudgens fires a three, air ball. And the rebound's going to be pulled in by Patterson. Patterson in the front court to Webster. Webster down on the baseline to a wide open Gordon who puts it up and in. And the Woodford County Lady Jackets have retaken the lead at 41 to 39. 4:36 on the clock. With the basketball in the front court, Carson gets it down low to Baker. Her hook shot is no good, and the rebound's pulled in by Gordon. Up the floor with the basketball will come Gordon. Gordon to the foul line, drops it down on the block. Once again, Hall this time was wide open. That'll put the Lady Yellow Jackets up 43 to 39. Timeout called by Harrison. We'll take it as well. 4:09 left to go, your score. Woodford County 43, Harrison County 39. You're listening to Philly Basketball on WC1. Alrighty, back here at the Hilltop. Harrison County now down by 4 with just over 4 minutes left to go in this contest. An aggressive full court pressure by the Fillies have allowed them to come back from what at one time was as much as a 14-point deficit. Now they just need to finish the job. Inbounds pass will come to Custard. Keeley taking over point guard duties for most of this game. Has done very well. Moves to the top of the key, goes to the right elbow extended. Now kicks it on the wing to Carson, up top to Lunsford, to Hudgens, fakes the three. Hudgens inside the arc, splits the defense, puts up a shot, and it rolls out, no good. Too much English, but Woodford County trying to retrieve it, or unable to grab it, and it goes out of bounds, so Harrison will maintain possession as Katie Linville will come back in. Also, Marley Toll returns to the contest. Linville will trigger the inbounds pass. Linville looking, gets it underneath the basket to Custard. Her shot too hard off the glass, but Keeley gets her own rebound. Her putback is no good, and this time it will be a rebound that's brought in by Hall. In the front court we go, and we're going to have The ball knocked out of bounds after a shot by Woodford by the Lady Yellow Jackets. So Harrison County will get the ball back, still trailing by 4, now with 3:37 on the clock. With the basketball, Custard up the floor. Custard a good night, or good day today with 15 points. He's also gathered in 6 rebounds. Pass to Toll from the block. Her shot off the glass is no good. And the rebound is pulled in by Patterson. With the basketball in the front court is Ruby on the far sideline. Ruby inside the center circle. Gets it to Webster. Webster on the right side, steps inside the arc, gets it to the foul line. Now to Hall. Looked like Hall walked. She'll get it back to Ruby on the far side of the circle. Ruby goes baseline. Her shot off the glass is good. 5 points for Emma Ruby. They seem like they've all come at critical junctures as she'll put her team back up by 6, 45-39. And now a timeout call by the Fillies. We'll take it as well. 2:49 left to go. Your score now, Woodford County 45, Harrison County 39. You're listening to Philly basketball on WC. All righty, back here at the Hilltop. Harrison County now down by a half a dozen and 2:49 on the clock. Later tonight, the Harrison County Thoroughbreds will play in the Joe Cochran State Farm Insurance Classic against the Moore Mustangs. That game's scheduled to start at 7, but it ain't going to start at 7, as this game is already pouring over into the time for the next game. With the basketball, Hudgens up top. Hudgens back to Baker, who's back in the game along with Carson. Baker inside the arc, finds Carson. Up top now to Hudgens for 3, in and out. Rebound's going to be chased down by Gordon. Up the floor come the Lady Yellow Jackets. Ruby with the basketball, being guarded by Hudgens. Pass the ball into the corner to Gordon. Back out on the wing to Ruby. Ruby takes her couple of dribbles, has the ball knocked away by Custard, and there's going to be a jump ball. Alternating possession arrow will face Woodford County, but a good hustle play that time by Keeley. Addie Rowe will return to the floor for the Phillies, replacing Carson. Trying to get the ball in bounds will be Webster from just to the left of her bench. Webster looking, gets it out top to Gordon. Gordon has her pass picked off by Hudgens. Hudgens all alone the other way, makes the basket. And Harrison County hanging tough. Back to within 4 at 45-41. With the basketball with 2 minutes left in the front court, going to the basket. Webster, her shot is good and she's fouled. And Ella Webster will have a chance at the old-fashioned three-point play as she puts her team back up by 6, 47-41. Critical big play by Webster, who is 5 of 8 from the line. Free throw up and good. That will improve her team's lead back out to 7 at 48-41. Under 2 to go. Custard with the basketball. In between the circles finds Hudgens. Hudgens back over to the far side to Custard. In the corner finds Rowe. Rowe in front of the stable. Now gets the ball back up top to Hudgens once again. Hudgens finds Baker. Baker in between the circles herself, fires an NBA 3, in and out. Rebound is going to be pulled in by Webster, and she will race up the floor and into the front court. Shot put up no good. However, the rebound is picked up by Gordon, and her shot is going to be picked up by Webster, who rolls back to the basket but can't make the shot, and Hudgens has the rebound for Harrison County. Just over a minute left to go. Harrison still down by 7. We got to start hurrying a little bit more. Hudgens with the basketball, gets it, to Baker, who almost didn't see it coming. Baker now inside the arc, flips it in the corner to Custard for a 3, air ball. Offside rebound pulled in by Patterson, and that may just about do it for the Fillies. Still down by 7 with just 47 seconds left, and right now the Lady Yellow Jackets have the basketball. Ruby gets the ball in the corner now to Gordon. Gordon backs up, spins at the top of the key, goes to the left elbow extended, and lost it out of bounds as she was trying to maintain her balance. So give the ball back to the Fillies, but just 30 seconds left. They trail 48-41. Timeout called by Harrison County. It's going to be a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here. Well, the Fillies did a nice job of battling back from that 14-point deficit. Tied the game on a couple of occasions here in the second half, but it looks like that long comeback was just a little too much to bear. As Woodford County trying to pick up their first win of the season, if they are victorious. If Harrison County is unable to come back, their record will drop to 1-2 with that game against Boyle County over in Danville on Tuesday in the Looming. Custard will inbounds the ball. 3-possession game. Custard up top now to Hudgens, who fires a 3 off the flange, and the rebound is going to be pulled in by Patterson. Come up the floor, a foul on Harrison County, as that's all Harrison has left to do is try to foul, but only 19 seconds on the clock now. Inbounds pass is stolen by Baker, and as she tries to recover, it goes out of bounds off her leg, but still a nice hustle play by the 7th grader. Ruby will try to get the ball in bounds against the full court press. And now we'll have offensive foul on Webster. So Harrison will get the ball back with 16 seconds left, down by 7. Linville comes in for Rowe. Linville will try to get the ball in bounds from her own baseline. Linville looking, lobs it up top to Baker. Knocked away, though, and stolen by Woodford County. Now Custard will foul Webster out top. That'll be Keeley's first. Just 11 seconds left. Woodford County appears to be on their way to the win. Still a couple of more fouls to give for Harrison. Inbounds pass comes to Webster. Webster goes to the paint, gets it on the baseline to Hall. Hall back out top to Gordon, who will dribble out the clock. And the Woodford County Yellow Jackets win by a final score of 48-41. Woodford County improves on the year to 1-2, while the Fillies will see their record on the season drop to 1-2. But still, a lot of positives to take away from this ball game. If you're a Harrison County fan, just the fight that our girls had throughout the game. Never gave up, kept on playing aggressive, and almost got them all the way back, but came up just short. We invite you to join us now for our post-game show. We'll go over all the scoring and stats from this ball game, as well as have a chat with Coach Watson. We'll also name our Judy Construction Company Player of the Game. All that coming up after this timeout, but once again from the Joe Cochran State Farm Insurance Invitational Basketball Tip-Off Classic, your final score, Woodford County 48, Harrison County 41. You've been listening to Philly Basketball on WCYN Sports.